Ever had one of those jobs, like where you just absolutely dreaded going back?
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking makes you question every life choice bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're diving into today, folks.
Yep.
How tech is transforming the employee experience.
Interesting.
EX, for short.
Right.
We're talking about making work, dare I say, enjoyable.
That's the dream.
That is the dream.
Holy Grail.
We are going deep into a document by Anthony Middlemark
Okay.
called Activating Digital Symbiosis.
Interesting title.
It's packed with insights about creating a workplace where employees are actually empowered and get 25 metrics you can track to understand employee experience.
25.
25.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a lot.
That's a lot to unpack.
It is. It is.
Well, this document really frames EX as a core business strategy,
Yeah.
not just some feel-good HR thing.
Yeah, it's not just about free snacks and ping pong tables anymore.
Right.
This document is arguing that good EX can directly impact a company's bottom line.
Absolutely.
Like profits and all that.
Yeah. Middlemark highlights this idea of a virtuous cycle. When employees are happy and engaged, they provide better service to customers,
Right.
leading to more success for the company.
Oh.
And that lets companies invest more in their employees.
Oh,
So it creates this upward spiral.
So basically, happy employees equals happy customers
Nah.
equals happy shareholders.
Precise.
Symbiotic relationship.
And that's where technology comes in.
Okay.
It's giving companies the tools to understand and optimize EX in ways they never could before.
Which brings us back to the 25 metrics.
25.
25, it's enough to make your head spin.
Yeah, but what's really interesting is that each one offers a unique lens to view the employee experience through.
Oh,
It's like having 25 different pieces of a puzzle.
I like that analogy.
When you put them all together, you get a clearer picture of what's really going on.
So give us some of the puzzle pieces.
Okay.
What are some of the most interesting metrics?
You know those surveys companies use? How likely are you to recommend?
Yeah.
Well, there's something called ENPS,
Okay.
Employee Net Promoter Score.
What does that tell us?
It's basically applying the same concept to employees.
Gotcha.
How likely are they to recommend their workplace to others?
So if everyone's giving their company a 10 out of 10, that's a good sign?
Yeah.
What if they're not?
You might see a high turnover rate.
Oh, yeah. People are leaving the company.
Exactly.
That's not a good sign.
No, it could signal some deeper issues.
Yeah. Like beyond just salary.
Right.
You don't jump ship unless something's really wrong.
Right.
What else? What other metrics?
Another one is time to productivity for new hires. Get up to speed
Gotcha.
and start contributing.
So if it's taking people a long time.
Could be a sign of bad onboarding.
Ugh, bad onboarding's the worst.
Yeah, it can leave new hires feeling lost and frustrated.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's tool adoption rate.
What is that?
Are employees actually using the technology they're provided?
Makes sense.
Because if you invest in all this fancy software
Right.
and no one uses it,
Total waste.
it can actually lead to more frustration.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a lose-lose.
So we've got these metrics that are tracking, are employees happy? Are they getting up to speed? Are they using the tools? But Middlemark goes even further and says EX isn't just about the day-to-day.
Right.
It's about the whole employee journey.
Absolutely. This document defines EX as everything from recruitment to offboarding.
Offboarding.
Yeah, like when someone leaves the company,
Oh, interesting.
the way a company handles an employee's departure can have a lasting impact on their perception of the organization.
Huh.
This document even suggests automating the offboarding process
Interesting.
to coincide with the employee's last day.
So streamline things
Yeah, it can make things easier for everyone.
and avoid those awkward goodbyes.
It's all about creating a seamless and positive experience, even as they're leaving.
Yeah.
Remember those departing employees?
Yeah.
They can still be brand ambassadors.
Okay, so we've established that EX is important.
Yeah.
Companies are using these metrics to get a handle on it.
Right.
But why should the listener care about any of this?
Think about it this way.
Okay.
Have you ever had a customer service rep who was just incredible,
Oh, yeah.
helpful, friendly,
Absolutely.
genuinely seemed to enjoy their job?
Those are the best.
Right. Now imagine the opposite.
Oh, I don't.
Grumpy, unhelpful employee who looked like they wanted to be anywhere else.
The worst.
You can sour your whole experience.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes.
Right.
That's the point.
Yeah.
A company's internal culture, how they treat their employees,
Yeah.
it directly impacts how those employees interact with customers.
It's like a ripple effect.
Exactly.
Positive employee experience leads to a positive customer experience.
And that leads to
positive business results.
Exactly.
So investing in EX isn't just about making employees happy.
Right.
It's about creating this ripple effect of positivity that benefits everyone. Employees, customers.
The company as a whole.
And with technology, companies can actually measure this stuff now.
Right. They can analyze it, optimize the employee experience.
Which brings us to the tech itself.
Yes.
The document mentions some specific platforms that are becoming essential for managing EX. ServiceNow, Jira Service Management, BMC, Helix, Zendesk.
Big names.
Big names. What can you tell us about these platforms?
Well, these are becoming like the command centers for managing EX.
Interesting.
Think of them as the operating systems for a company's internal ecosystem.
So they're like the brains of the operation.
You could say that.
Gathering data and making sense of it all?
Yeah. They can create these employee service portals. Where employees can easily access information, request services, get help with any issues.
Like a one-stop shop.
Yeah. And they can provide real-time performance analytics dashboards.
So companies can see how their employees are doing?
Exactly. They can identify potential problems early on.
It's like having a bird's eye view of the entire employee experience.
That's a great way to put it.
See what's working, what's not.
And most importantly, they can automate workflows.
Oh.
Get rid of all those tedious tasks.
Oh, man.
That can really bog employees down.
You know, it makes me think about all the bureaucratic processes at work.
Yeah.
Filling out the same form 5 times. Getting approvals from like 1 million people.
I've been there.
Waiting weeks for a simple request to go through.
It's painful.
It's enough to make you scream.
It really impacts the employee experience.
Yeah.
These platforms are designed to streamline all that.
Okay.
Free up employees to focus on more meaningful work.
So we've got these powerful platforms that can gather data.
Right.
Analyze it. Automate processes.
Make work life easier.
Make work life easier, but wait, there's more.
There's always more.
This document also talks about the role of AI.
Oh, yeah.
In shaping the future of EX.
This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, so AI, this is getting into the futuristic stuff now.
Right.
Paint me a picture. How could AI transform the employee experience?
Okay. Imagine a new hire starting their first day.
Okay.
Instead of being overwhelmed with information and confusing processes, they're greeted by an AI-powered onboarding assistant.
Okay, I'm listening. Tell me more about this AI assistant.
It's like a personalized guide.
Okay.
Walks the new hire through every step. Answers their questions in real time.
Right.
Connects them with the right people.
So helpful.
Even suggests personalized training resources.
Wow.
Based on their role and their skills.
So it's like having a virtual buddy to help you navigate a new job.
Exactly.
That could really take the stress out of starting a new role.
And that's just the beginning.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah. AI could also play a big role in career development.
Okay.
Imagine an AI-powered career coach.
Okay.
Analyzes your skills, your interests, your career goals, and then recommends potential career paths within the company that align with your aspirations.
I feel like so many people struggle with figuring out that next step.
It's like looking into a crystal ball.
Yeah.
Trying to predict the future.
An AI that could give you personalized guidance, that would be a game changer.
It would.
So AI can help with onboarding.
Yes.
Career development. What else?
This is where it gets a little more controversial.
Okay.
The document talks about using AI for predictive analytics to identify employees who might be at risk of leaving the company.
Wait, the AI could predict who's about to quit?
It's not mind reading.
Okay.
But it's about analyzing patterns in employee behavior.
Okay.
Engagement levels. Other data points.
Interesting.
That might indicate someone is thinking about leaving.
Okay.
And then the company could use this information to intervene.
To try and keep them?
Right.
I can see how that could be helpful for companies.
Yeah.
But it also feels a bit Big Brother-ish.
It does raise some questions about privacy and autonomy. Right. It's really important that companies use this technology responsibly and ethically.
Transparency is key.
Absolutely.
Employees need to know how their data is being used.
It's like that old saying.
What's that?
Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
Well said.
It's all about finding that balance between leveraging technology and respecting the rights of employees.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've talked about employee experience. The key metrics companies are using, the platforms and AI and all its potential.
A lot.
What stands out to you as the most significant takeaway from all of this?
I think the key takeaway is that investing in employee experience is no longer optional.
Okay.
It's a business imperative.
It's not just a nice to have.
Right. The companies that prioritize EX
Yeah.
and create a workplace where employees feel valued and empowered,
Yeah.
those are the companies that will thrive.
I couldn't agree more.
It's not just about making employees happy. It's about creating a thriving ecosystem.
Where everyone benefits.
Exactly. And that's where technology comes in.
Yeah.
It's giving companies the tools and insights they need to create a truly human-centered workplace.
Okay.
One that's designed to foster growth, innovation, a sense of shared purpose.
This document really paints a picture of the workplace of the future.
It does.
What does this future workplace look like?
Imagine a workplace where employees are empowered to do their best work. Processes are streamlined and efficient.
Okay.
AI is like a trusted partner,
Yeah.
guiding career development, personalizing onboarding,
Making work better.
creating a more fulfilling and rewarding experience for everyone.
It sounds like a utopia for workers.
It does.
But is it realistic?
That's the question.
Are companies really ready to embrace this kind of change?
That's the million-dollar question.
And the answer is?
Well, that's something for you, the listener, to consider.
Okay.
Next time you interact with a company,
Yeah.
take a moment to think about the employee's experience.
Interesting.
Are they thriving or just surviving?
That's a great point to ponder.
The answer might surprise you.
It might. We need to be more aware of the employee experience.
We do.
Not just for our sake as customers, but for the well-being of the people who make those experiences possible.
Exactly. We're all part of this ecosystem.
Yeah.
By understanding EX, we can create a better future of work for everyone.
I like it. I like it, a better future of work for everyone.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
All right. So we've talked about the what and the why of employee experience.
Right?
But this document goes deeper into the how.
Okay.
It's not just about installing some new software
Right.
and calling it a day.
Got it.
We're talking about building a complete system,
Okay. I like it.
an integrated, data-driven, and constantly evolving system.
Mm.
Think of it as a living, breathing organism
Okay.
that needs to be nurtured and adapted to the changing needs of the company.
So what are the building blocks of this system?
Well, data is the foundation. And the document outlines 25 different categories of data
25.
that can be used to understand and optimize the employee experience.
Okay.
We're talking everything from basic demographics to performance metrics, feedback from surveys, even data on how employees are using technology.
Wow. 25 categories of data, it sounds like. Companies need to become like data detectives
They do.
to crack the code of employee experience.
And once they have that data,
Yeah.
they need the right tools to collect it,
Right.
analyze it, and act on it.
Makes sense.
The document highlights platforms like ServiceNow,
Okay.
which can create a centralized hub for all things EX.
Like mission control for employee experience.
Exactly.
So ServiceNow is like the brain of the operation.
You could say that.
It's where all the data comes together and
Yeah.
companies can start to see the big picture.
Exactly.
But data and platforms are only part of the equation, right?
Absolutely.
What about the human element?
The most successful EX systems are those that are designed with people in mind. It's not about using technology to replace human interaction.
Gotcha.
It's about using it to enhance and support it.
So finding that sweet spot
Yeah,
where technology and human empathy work together
exactly.
to create a truly great employee experience.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
This document talks about using AI not just to automate tasks,
Yeah.
but to create more personalized and engaging experiences for employees.
Okay. I like where this is going.
Right.
Give me an example. How can AI actually make work more human?
Picture this.
Okay.
A new hire starts their first day,
Uh-huh.
and instead of being bombarded with information,
Right.
they're guided through the process by an AI-powered onboarding system.
Okay.
It answers their questions, connects them with the right people, and even offers personalized training recommendations.
That sounds amazing.
Right.
It would make starting a job so much less overwhelming.
Exactly.
It shows how AI can be used to create a more human-centered workplace.
All right.
So what does this all mean for the future of work?
Well, I think we're on the verge of a major shift.
Okay.
The companies that embrace this holistic, data-driven, human-centered approach to employee experience,
Yeah.
those are the companies that will thrive.
Okay.
They'll attract and retain top talent, foster innovation, and create products and services that truly delight their customers.
And the companies that ignore EX.
They might find themselves struggling to keep up in
Yeah.
a world where talent is the ultimate competitive advantage.
Right.
Employee experience is no longer a nice to have, it's a must have.
Well said.
Sure.
It seems like we've reached a tipping point.
I think so.
Employee experience is finally getting the attention it deserves.
It is.
And with the help of technology, we have the tools and the data to create workplaces where people can truly thrive.
It's an exciting time to be thinking about the future of work.
It is.
And I'm optimistic that we can use these advancements to create a more human-centered and fulfilling world of work for everyone.
Couldn't agree more. Well, folks, that brings our deep dive into employee experience to a close.
It was a good one.
It was a good one. We hope this exploration sparked some new ideas and got you thinking about the future of work.
We did cover a lot.
As always, thanks for joining us on the deep dive. So we've had about the what and the why of employee experience.
Right.
But this document goes deeper into the how.
Yeah, it's not just about installing some new software
Right.
and calling it a day.
It's more than that.
We're talking about building a complete system.
Okay.
A system.
A system.
An integrated, data-driven, and constantly evolving system.
Ooh, I like that.
Think of it as a living, breathing organism
Interesting.
that needs to be nurtured and adapted to the
Good.
changing needs of a company and its employees.
So break it down for us. What are the building blocks of this system?
Well, data is the foundation.
Okay.
This document outlines 25 different categories of data
25.
that can be used to understand and optimize the employee experience.
Wow, 25 categories.
We're talking everything from basic demographics
Okay.
to performance metrics,
Uh-huh.
feedback from surveys,
Okay.
even data on how employees are using technology.
So companies need to become like data detectives
They do.
to solve this.
To crack the kind of employee experience.
Exactly.
And once they have that data,
Yeah.
they need the right tools to collect it,
Right.
analyze it, act on it.
Makes sense. So the document highlights some specific platforms.
It does things like ServiceNow,
Okay.
which can create a centralized hub
Mm.
for all things EX.
Like mission control for employee experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get
So ServiceNow is kind of like the brain of the operation,
the brain.
bringing all that data
But
together.
companies can see what's going on.
See the big picture.
But data and platforms, those are only part of the equation, right?
They are.
What about the human element?
Right. The most successful EX systems are those that are designed with people in mind.
Okay.
It's not about using technology to replace human interaction. It's about using it to enhance and support it.
So finding that sweet spot
Yeah.
where technology and human empathy work together
Exactly.
to create a truly great employee experience.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay, tell me more.
This document talks about using AI,
Mm-hmm.
not just to automate tasks,
Right.
but to create more personalized and engaging experiences.
Give me an example.
Picture this.
Okay.
A new hire starts their first day.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being bombarded with information,
All right, the worst.
they're guided through the process by an AI-powered onboarding system.
Interesting.
It answers their questions, connects them with the right people,
Okay.
even offers personalized training recommendations.
That sounds amazing.
Right.
It would make starting a new job so much less overwhelming.
Exactly.
So it's like AI, but making work more human?
It is.
Interesting.
It shows the potential.
So what does this all mean for the future of work?
Well, I think we're on the verge of a major shift. The companies that embrace this holistic, data-driven, human-centered approach to EX, those are the companies that will thrive.
Interesting.
They'll attract and retain top talent,
Okay.
foster innovation, create products and services that their customers love,
And the companies that don't.
that ignore EX.
Yeah.
Well, they might find themselves struggling to keep up.
Yeah, in a world where, talent is everything.
Right.
Employee experience, it's not just a nice to have anymore.
It's not. It's a must-have.
It's a must-have.
It's a business imperative.
Well said. Well, it seems like we've reached a tipping point.
I think so.
Employee experience is finally getting the attention it deserves.
It is.
And with the help of technology, we have the tools and the data to create workplaces where people can truly thrive.
It's an exciting time to be thinking about the future of work.
It is.
I'm optimistic
Me too.
that we can create a more human-centered and fulfilling world of work
For everyone.
for everyone.
Well, folks, that brings our deep dive into employee experience to a close.
It's another good one.
We hope you learned some new things and got you thinking about the future of work. As always, thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.